That's it. That's it. I'm convinced of it. The midweek show might have to have its own separate little intro video, bro. I think this might have to be something we might have to put our heads together and do some kind of collaborative effort here. But before I pull you in further and further into the show for more work, TikTok, it's time to rock.
TikTok is time to rock. TikTok is time to rock. How are you, Andrew? All right?
Good, bro. What time is it over there? It looks like it's about 1 o'clock in the morning where you are. Did you get back from some gigs or something, bro? What's going on?
Mate, I wish I was coming back from a gig right now. I can tell you, we're in lockdown, and it's pretty quiet. It's raining outside. It's drizzly. It's miserable. You know, got the heater on. You know, I feel like a grandpa at the moment. Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, just having a bit of a jam before. So I just had a bit of mood lighting and stuff like that. Just playing a bit of guitar. Hey, we got Simon. Simon's in the chat. How are you, Simon?
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Simon, I'm going to do an unboxing, Simon.
Speaking of Simon, I suppose, I suppose, bro, this might be the best time for me to present you, and you can do an unboxing, and then we'll just finish the intro stuff. But before we get into the unboxing, just be prepared that Brad and I have done no preparation. I got the pics that he mailed through at 6 o'clock, so it's 6:40 here. I only got them 40 minutes ago. I think he's grabbed some CDs, and I think we're just going to, as usual, what is it?
We're just going to shoot the breeze and have a bit of fun, you know, as we do. These midweek shows are good practice for us because we just wing it, you know. We don't go on too prepared. And
that's the word I'm looking for. Wing it. Yeah. So, who's the wing? Who's the wind beneath the wings?
Well, mate, I'm your wingman, so you know you're the one that's got to fly. You know, you're Tom Cruise, mate.
My gosh! I'm going to get rid of this guy here and put this other guy on because he's going to crack something open, and it might be my. No, it won't be my. No, something. He's going to crack something open. Here he is.
Yeah,
get ready.
So
we need to get one of those machines that go da-da, because we're doing a few unboxings lately.
we are, and you know, it's great. You know, always a pleasure to get a tap on the door, and it's the mailman with a little parcel for me. And it's like, wow, that's great, because I don't normally check the mailbox, because I'll be honest with you, the only time I ever check the mailbox is full of stuff I don't want. It's most of the time. So I just once a week I grab the mail out, but usually when it's a parcel, it gets, you know, tapped on the door, and so I got a little parcel here which I'm going to unbox. I think I know what it is, and I'm a bit excited. So let's do it. What do you reckon?
Okay,
rip it open. If I don't drop it. All right, so I've got the parcel here. Lockdown gift. Thanks. Here we go. They wrap the damn thing. Yeah. Muscles. Wow, they for what it is, geez, they wrap it well.
Woohoo!
Guys, look at this. Never a skip. 10 out of 10. You guys see that? There you go. I'll be wearing this with pride.
Oh my gosh.
I might even throw it on. Thank you so much, Simon. Have you got yours?
No, I haven't got mine. I'm not getting one, I don't think. Hold on, Teresa and everyone else in the chat, because Brad might whip it off or whip it.
No, I'm not like Kurt. I'm not like Kurt.
Not going to do it live?
No. No, I don't want to cause, I don't want to cause too many hassles,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's actually got a new T-shirt smell too. Like, that new, it actually smells really good. So, thank you so much, Simon. I'm going to wear this with pride. That's our never a skip. That's great.
Awesome.
Looking forward to this, but I was eagerly awaiting this. I mean, everyone else got one, and I was going, "Where the hell's mine?" It's not coming.
Oh no, that's nice. Thank you, Simon. The Rev's got one. Michael's got one. Brad's got one. One's coming apparently on the way for me. So nice gesture, Simon.
Yeah,
And just hold on
thank you.
because we'll be organising something in return for you. So appreciate
Yeah,
the kind gesture. Bro,
yeah.
before we kick off the rest of the intro, who else is in the chat? We got a few cats jumping in here with us.
What do we got? We got obviously Simon. We've got Johnny Heartbreaker. We've got Edward Van Halen Jr. So that's one I've never seen in the chat before. So thank you for joining us. Nelson. We've got Nelson. John ZD351. The cover. What's it? The Cover Cove. How you going, Cover Cove? I don't think I've seen that name pop up before. So thank you
Another
for
new
joining us. Thank you for joining us. Teresa, we've got, I think, JSL Project. And who else?
Nerd Halen.
Nerd Halen. Got to go to bed. Hey, Caleb. How are you, mate? Mike Rogers, thanks for joining us. Thank you. And all the way from Melbourne here and New Zealand over there on that side there. Yeah.
We'll get there.
So yeah, I'm just gonna. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna stop my camera for a second, and I'm gonna put my t-shirt on. I'm not gonna do it live because it'll just.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want
I don't
want to
want
cause.
you to use it like every time you. Let's just look at poor Kurt. He keeps getting thrown up on screen.
You don't want palpitations, and but look, yeah, Simon, nice gesture, really cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like on Brad. Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's an awesome gesture, and it's a good thing that we like to do on this show. Is oh, look at that. Hold on, I'll present you, brother. Hold on. Oh man, woo!
Never a skip. One of these ones.
It's one of the things that we like to do here is sharing all the good stuff. So thank you, Simon.
And it's perfect fit, mate. I don't know how you picked my size.
Oh my gosh. We've got a couple of things to talk about too before we get into the show, guys. So we've got some extra special shows coming up. We've got the 5150 with the Rev on Saturday, and Brad will talk a little bit more about that one. And then on the Sunday show with the Rock Professor, we're going to go and talk about the BB King, Eric Clapton collaboration that came out. Bro, that came out in 2020.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 21 years ago. So we look forward to talking about that. But let the cats in the chat know what's happening on Saturday, bro, just in case they don't know what we got.
On Saturday, well, we've got Simon Hosford coming in on the 5150 show. So that's going to be fantastic. He's going to be sharing a lot with us, actually. We're going to be asking him lots of relevant questions, obviously. But, yeah, he's going to be sharing a lot with us, which we're really looking forward to it. And Simon's an amazing player. I don't know if you've ever checked out his YouTube channel. He's got some amazing stuff up there. But he's also got the gig where they played Van Halen 1 from start to finish at the Melbourne Guitar Show, which I was actually at that gig. And, yeah, I have to say I witnessed something pretty special. It was pretty amazing. So, yeah, I urge everyone to check it out. and try and do it before Saturday, before our Saturday anyway. And it's going to be an exciting one, Andrew. It's going to be great.
Yeah, a bit of a coup for the Channel 2 guys to get Simon on with us. You know, we're not out looking for people to jump on our show. I've got to be careful how I say this, because we are an organic group and fans talking about Van Halen. Don't get me wrong, that's exactly what we are about. And obviously the invitation for people joining us live goes to all the cats in the chat as well. If anybody in the chat that is a regular viewer of what we do here wants to jump on and share their Van Halen experience, of course, Brad and I and the Rev will be happy to have you guys on. But, we've got to put things into perspective. The fact that Simon is a kick-ass guitarist and, as Brad said, a foremost exponent of Van Halen type music in Australia, besides our own Brad, is a coup for us. It's a coup for our channel, and we've got to pat ourselves on the back and acknowledge the fact that some of these guys want to jump on and tell these stories with us.
Yeah, well, it's going to be nice from my standpoint of view, having a fellow Aussie on the show. I don't know if we've had an Aussie on the show, have we, Andrew? No?
One's enough.
Hey. So it's, someone whom I've always looked up to here in Australia as well. So that's going to be amazing. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Good work. Good work. Good collaborative work, and everybody that was in the chat that made Simon feel welcome when he first came on to the chat, and the Instagram accounts and Brad's Instagram account. So remember that as well, guys. On the bottom, there's our Instagram accounts. Scrolling across the bottom there, and you guys were always friendly and welcoming when he jumped in on the chat. That's what we want to do here. And that's what we love about our channel, because this is our channel. And we say that sincerely, because if people in the chat are cool, well, then people are going to realize, well, if these guys are talking about this music and the conversation and that chat is awesome, well, there's got to be a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's good that people are coming in, they're chatting, we're connecting with like-minded people. But it's great when we have people like, say, Caleb from Nerd Halen on, and Jay from, all those guys from Johnny Bean's show, and Fruitcake Tony and Simon Hosford. It's just great. It's a good feeling that we're actually doing something that people enjoy, and we really appreciate everyone here joining us. So yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. And at the end of the show, if you guys aren't familiar with any of our Facebook groups or the Instagram channels, if you've missed it, we'll mention who we have set for the next 5150 show. So we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But so we've got a full-on weekend, Brad and I. Doesn't happen often. It happens twice a month, where we've got 2 shows in a weekend. It's the 5150 show, and then obviously the Sunday show. So, bit of work to do, but nevertheless, we'll be there. I'm looking forward to the Sunday show, bro. I've palmed out a bit of work. I've asked the Rock Professor to help me, so he's going to fill in some background on B.B. King, which is going to be good. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the collaboration and Clapton and why he wanted to do the album. Then Simon's going to fill in, because if you're going to talk about doing anything with B.B. King, someone's got to talk about B.B. King.
Yeah, 100%. Look, B.B. King, I've always loved B.B. King. I remember when Clapton and B.B. King did that album together, and I was like wrapped. It was just awesome, and it's a great album, and I'm looking forward to, deep diving into that. I've been listening to it a bit this week already, so it's been great. Some great tones on the album. Really, really well recorded album. So
check this comment out. sorry, Brad, for interrupting, but John is 100% right.
Yeah, 100%. Look, that's what keeps us coming back. We enjoy chatting, online about music, and we could do our own just little, video calls and chat about music for hours. But it's great that we can do it and include everyone in the chat. That's the whole fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys for acknowledging that. And one of the scary things, I'll share you guys a little secret before we continue the show. One of the scary things about being a co-host on a YouTube channel and participating and watching a lot of channels over the years, especially as they grow. I know a lot of the organic channels, which have the opportunity to go through the roll call and mention all the names, bro, like we do. It's a great thing. But inevitably what happens is the channel grows and grows and grows, and it gets to a stage where you just can't acknowledge. And great, one day, hopefully, we might be one of those channels where we just can't do this like individual shout out. But the point that I want to make is if you're with us now while we're at this preparatory stage and you're getting the shout outs from the co-hosts, grab it while you can, because we're doing everything we can to make that stop.
Look, it's something that we've discussed offline. Is we try to acknowledge everyone in the chat as we go. Sometimes, when we're on a roll talking about something, it's hard to stop. So we get through what we've got to get through, and then we usually do, occasionally sort of pull things up and have a look at the chat that comes up in the comments section. When I first started doing these with Andrew, I wasn't as good at doing it. I was always a bit sidetracked. I'm not a multitasker like Andrew is. He seems to be a very multitasker, and you can see him, he's ticking away doing stuff while he's listening, and he's thinking about the next thing to say while he's putting something else up on the bottom of the screen and stuff like that. But for me, it was very much like, oh my goodness, just trying to focus on one thing at a time. But we're actually, getting better at doing it. So if we don't acknowledge you immediately, it's because we're on a roll, and then we have a look at the chat.
Yeah. And we've got to back that up by saying, if you're a regular and you hear us repeating these same things, it's only because we are acknowledging anyone that doesn't pick up on it. So, but good point, bro. Good point. We if Brad and I are sitting here talking for an hour and a half, it's going to be great. Even if 2 or 3 people are here. But the fact that we've got 15 people watching us on an unscheduled, I shouldn't say unscheduled, on an unprepared midweek special is always great. We've got Derek Clacton in here, who we all know who Derek Clacton is. Beyond a doubt. Thank you, the man himself. He's. Who started that? Michael, didn't he? I think Michael said, I'm sure. I think Derek asked the question. No, he gave an answer to something, and he said that's it. Derek Clacton is absolutely 100% Eric Clapton.
It's got to be. Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Derek's comments in the after show, like after he puts in the comment section on the cards for the YouTube thing, are always a pleasure to read. He's always in depth and goes into a little bit more, and usually covers off more than we do on the show.
Yeah. And again, I'm glad that Brad mentioned that, because we get, again, look at this. I think he made a couple of comments about, forgive me, Derek, for not remembering. But I know it was something to do with the Van Halen show, and Brad and I, we've got a Instagram thing set up for the 5150 show, and we said, we didn't know that. There were a couple of points that, which is great, because that means the forum of sharing information, experience, and ideas and facts is working, bro.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, so thank you, Derek, and everyone in the chat. Everyone gives great feedback in the comments section, which is great. Keeps us going. It keeps us on our toes too.
Yeah. So we've decided to keep something relatively current. On the Sunday show, guys, you may have seen the 8-minute clip of Brad hanging out with one of his great mates, Phillip Sayce. And it's not the first time. It's not the first time Brad and Phillip have had some kind of, social media connections on this channel. So later on, I've got another clip here that I love to show every now and then. So I'll show that one.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons too that we decided that we'd talk about Phillip is because he's current, and that's really important. And I'm going to pass it over to Brad just to sort of give an introduction from his perspective about Phillip and why he matters and what he matters to him. But what I like especially about what Phillip is doing is the tone he's got, the tone he's getting. It just it blows me away. So I'll shut up and I'll let you talk for a little while. Tell us about Phillip Sayce, bro, because you've got the connections.
I wish I had more connection. No, I mean, for me, first time I ever heard Phillip Sayce, I was like in awe. I was just like, wow, this guy's phenomenal. I do remember I watched a Jeff Healey DVD where he was playing guitar, and I didn't put two and two together until later, that it was actually Phillip Sayce playing with Jeff Healey. But this was a long time ago. Obviously, I saw it because I bought the Jeff Healey DVD a long time ago. And it was just one of those things when I heard Peace Machine, which is one of his earlier records. When I heard that, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, this guy's actually doing music that's, retrospective but current. So he's actually, but you can hear through his career and his solo career that he's actually just keeps evolving and keeps moving forward. So, his last record, Spirit Rising, really, really hit hard. It's just like, wow, this is sensational. Talk about all of his influences like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton. He talks about all those guys a lot, as well as Dire Straits when he was a kid growing up listening to, but he's also like into like the blues greats like Albert Collins, and he talks about Albert King and B.B. King, so he's got that in his music as well. But the wonderful thing about it, he's not trying to be anyone in particular. He's just paying homage to those guys and just playing his own way, and those influences come through, which for me, for example, they resonate with me because all that music I love too. The Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan thing, it's there, it's undeniable, but it's his own way, and all he's doing is just playing music he loves, and he's current, he's still around, he's currently recording, and I've just been super blessed and grateful that we've communicated through socials and stuff like that when I released my EP, and I just got to meet him that last week on the weekend, and video through that Together platform, and he's just a wonderful guy. He's one of these real soulful gentlemen. What can I say? And he had a lot of wonderful things to say and motivating things to say, which has kind of kicked me in the butt a little bit again and got me some motivation to keep going. So been fantastic. Highly recommend everyone go and jump on Spotify and check out Phillip Sayce if you haven't done so. He's one of these musicians that I think he's relevant, he's current, he's playing music that that we all listen to, and we go on about British Electric Blues, we talk about Texan Blues, we talk about all these things, and you can't deny someone like Phillip Sayce is part of, coming forward. He's actually part of this whole moving forward. Everyone sort of progresses, but it all delves back to this. And, we've got some amazing musicians that are playing blues at the moment and blues rock. And Phillip Sayce is right up there, in my opinion. He's probably one of the ones that he's fiery. He's got the Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix stuff down, but he's got his own style, which I love. So, yeah.
Awesome,
what are your
bro.
thoughts on Phillip Sayce, Andrew?
I'm just going to do a Quentin James shout out. Good to see you, Quentin. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Like to see you popping in and popping out, because you're good at doing those kind of things. So thank you, brother. Mate, this is how I found Phillip Sayce. Do you remember in the olden days? In the olden days, you used to have guitar magazines.
Yeah.
And I remember I've got my Spotify up here so that I can get the dates. So I, like a lot of us, bro, back in 2000, 2011, 2012, back in the olden days, when you used to go to, when they used to have magazine shops. Do you remember those things? Well, you probably still have them in Melbourne, but we used, and you'd go there and they'd have, Guitar World, Guitar Player, and those British magazines, Guitarist and all that. And, they'd have the Uncut magazines and the British magazines and all that. And then, because that's the only reason why you would go to a magazine shop, was to get music magazines and maybe some car magazines. That's probably, maybe some fishing magazines, bro. Anyway, I digress. And I remember getting a magazine, and one of the articles, bro, it spoke about the new generation of blues guitarists, inspired by Hendrix and Stevie Ray. And I had to get that. I remember it was along that kind of headline, bro. And I remember I got it, and there was a write up on a guy called Philip Schofield, or a guy called Schofield, an English guy, Dan Planetansky, a South African guy. I can't remember the other guys. And then they had Phillip Sayce. And I remember looking through it, and this guy looks pretty cool. And he had this Stratocaster. And we're going to show some pics soon, because Brad's onto it. Flick me some emails with some pics. And I remember thinking, this guy looks pretty cool. Because, that's part and parcel of what we do here. The guitar's got to look cool. The setup's got to look cool. And I thought, okay. So I went and bought the CD. Now, the CD that I got, bro, so this is back in 2012, was Peace Machine, the one that you mentioned. I remember getting Peace Machine, and I was blown away by it. And like Brad, kept an eye on the guy. And then, I went to YouTube, and there was slowly videos coming up. And then when I was doing some research on my Yamaha THR-10, I went, like a lot of cats, jumped on YouTube, reviews, Yamaha THR-10, and there's Phillip Sayce playing one, and then he's playing it through his vintage Tube Screamer pedals, and I'm going, listen, if that guy can do that and I can get 5% of what that guy's doing, I'm happy. If I can get 5% of what he's got, brother. But yeah, seriously, I became a fan back in 2012 of the guy. And we've mentioned him a few times, haven't we, bro? That he is, as Brad said in his introduction, he is in that line of continuity. He has to be negotiated and represented today by what we do on our show, because he is in that vein. He is the flag bearer. He is the banner holder. And we're doing our job by acknowledging him. 100%.
Yeah. And I'm sure that everyone in the chat here has checked out Phillip Sayce by now, but if they haven't, please go and do yourself a favor. You won't regret it. Start off with, Spirit Rising. That's up there. It's amazing. And then you've got all these records before that, but Peace Machine is one of my favorites. That's a really bluesy but psychedelic blues. Would that make sense? Andrew? You think like a psychedelia rock blues thing
Yeah,
going on?
yeah. The
Um,
tone's there. The tone's there
yeah,
that we're all instantly going to recognise.
yeah. Scorched Earth, which is one I bought, and for me, it's a live piece, a live album, and it's phenomenal. It's I don't know if anyone's seen this one. You've got to race out and get your hands on this.
Hold on, bro.
That's a cracker.
That's
Um,
awesome.
that's amazing. I'm trying to get it without reflection, but yeah, that's one you guys need to investigate. If it's on Spotify, check it out. When I discovered Phillip Sayce, I just went and bought everything I could on record, on CD. Sorry, not record. I call them records, but everything I could, I purchased, and yeah, that's a cracker. That one. It's all live. You can hear a three-piece, which we love three pieces. We talk about them all the time, but they're phenomenal, and Phillip shines on that. There's some amazing blues playing on that, and that's a absolute cracker. That's a mandatory listening. The other one is Steamroller. This album here, I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection, but yeah,
That came out 2013. That's an awesome. That's mandatory too. Yeah.
The tones on this record are phenomenal. For me, if you listen to even just the drum sounds on this are fantastic, let alone the bass and guitars, and his vocals are outstanding. Not just an amazing guitar player either. He's an amazing singer and an amazing musician, great songwriter as well. So that's a mandatory, that one. This influences, that's one of my favorites. I love that. And that's a cool cover too. But there's some really, really cool songs on that. That's mandatory as well. I think they're all mandatory. But yeah, check that one out. That's a really cool one. Definitely worth a listen. And I got this one here. I found this on Amazon, I think it was. That's got some cool stuff on it as well. It's a little bit different. It's very cool. And this is an early one. This is his first one. And I managed to track this down. The rest of them I can't seem to get on CD at this point. The Phillip Sayce Group, I think this is his first release.
First release, 97.
Yeah, and he actually does a version of Brown Sugar on there from ZZ Top, which is
pretty good.
Fantastic. It's pretty good. But if you want to check this one out, Morning Star, fantastic. And Phillip Sayce has got a contest going on at the moment. 10 million streams he's had on Spotify for Morning Star, so he's doing that. And just a bit of a shout out to him anyway. Go check him out. Definitely worth it.
Awesome. We got Arvin in the chat, bro, and Han36 Solo joining us. Thank you guys for hanging out. Look, I'm going to back up exactly what Brad said. I've been a Phillip Sayce fan since 2012. His albums, they have a great continuity to them, so you won't be disappointed. You can pick any of them up and you'll be fine. There's no what's the word I'm looking for, bro? There's no remarkable disjoints between his albums. You'll be surprised and but well rewarded. So jump on Spotify, go and get the CDs. It's about pushing what we think's great music, and he's vibrant, bro. He's up there. As Brad said, follow him on Instagram because he's just as busy as Brad on Instagram. He's putting posts just about every day or every second day, bro, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, at the moment he seems to be pretty busy. I know he's mentioned a couple of times, so it's probably not unfair for me to mention it, that he's recording some stuff at the moment, and everything he seems to be doing is he's proactive. It's hard, musicians at the moment are really we're not able to do what we're supposed to be doing, and Phillip Sayce is meant to be out playing, someone of his stature and ability, but it's great to see him on socials. He plays guitar. He just puts up little posts of him jamming, and to get on this Together official website as well, register and get onto it. Fantastic. And he's a really, really humble guy, really, really nice. But hey, Simon Hosford, Hobo Roadie, cool to see you guys in the chat.
Awesome. Hey, Simon. So this might be a good time. So I messaged Simon and asked him if he wanted to flick through any pics to back up anything that he wants to talk about on Saturday. So Simon, this is what we do with the pics. So I'm going to throw something up, and Brad's just going to talk about the pics, just to add a bit of difference to just the usual story of 3 or 4 hosts chin wagging all the time.
Because we can talk for hours. It's just nice to have a visual as well. Okay, so these are Philip's main guitars. The one on the left is nicknamed Mother, and they're both from what I believe they're 63s, I think. 63s, are they, Andrew? I can't remember. 63 Strats, yeah. 63, and he's got an assortment of other guitars, but there is 2 particular ones, and you can see he's put some miles on them. There's a really good YouTube, which we might include it in the comments section of the card for this later on, of him going through some of his gear when he's on tour, which is really cool. Have you seen that, Andrew?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's talking about his Little Devil SG and his Strats. But so that's Mother. That's the white one, which is almost got no paint left on it.
Yeah.
But you know, you can see he loves those guitars and represents them really, really well. He's a phenomenal Strat player. That's
Mother.
That's Mother, yeah. So that there is the single Spirit, Iron Spirit from Spirit Rising, and I just love that picture because it sort of pictures tell a 1,000 words, in my opinion, and that just, there's a 1,000 stories in that guitar alone. You know, there's something quite unique about it. It's amazing.
When did he get that guitar? Can you remember? I can't. He got that early on, didn't he?
Yeah, he got that early on, and I've seen footage of him playing it when it's still pretty much white. Yep. So he's done all that himself. That wear is him. That's the miles he's put on that guitar. Yeah, and so that's a photo shoot from, I guess, from Spirit Rising sort of era. He's a cool dude. He's playing like a resonator there or something. So it's a cool pic. They captured a vibe there. Yep. That's him on stage, just tearing it up. That's the Sunburst one, and it's pretty much worn out as well. It's a small. Yeah, we'll put the link up so you can go and watch it. But he talks about it. It's pretty much black, and it's got a very small sunburst dot in the middle, which sort of came in and out of his his sights for a while, and then he ended up buying it anyway. So. That's him with Mother. That's Spirit Rising sort of era. It's a fantastic record if you haven't checked it out. And I keep saying that, but I really think it's important to support musicians at the moment with their music and their merch and things like that. And go and listen to it. It's streaming. It's not released on. It's not released on CD or LP. It probably won't be. He spoke about it for on Together, on the platform Together, and it probably won't come out as an official release for about 4 years. So eventually end up getting it on LP. Well, I love that picture. That's a really cool picture. I think he changed, the headstock on the neck on that at one point. I think that's the other neck, but he's put it back to the original neck now. And obviously that's a photo shoot for Spirit Rising.
Yep.
And I think these pictures just sort of set a mood. You can sort of see, a little custom amp there. It's probably something to do with Cesar Diaz, with whom he's he's got some pedals that Cesar built for him. And if anyone doesn't know who Cesar Diaz, you can look him up, but he was very closely related to Stevie Ray Vaughan. So had a lot to do with Stevie Ray Vaughan's gear and tone and teching and stuff like that.
He's related to God too, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But so yeah, very cool pictures, very cool overall, just great vibe, represents his music really well. But look, go and support Phillip. He's a great player and hell of a nice guy. Hell of a nice guy.
Awesome. I don't know if we've got Rubber Duck Tech in the chat as well, and James Stewart. So thank you guys for joining us. It's really cool for you guys to hang out with us, and we're going to hang around here for a little bit longer. But tell us what you guys think. What you think about Phillip Sayce? Have you guys checked him out? Have you guys heard him? If you guys haven't, be honest and say that when we finish the stream, the next thing you're going to go and do is do what Brad said. You're going to go onto Spotify and you're going to stream Spirit Rising. Yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you a personal story. I mean, I did talk about it once before. I was always thinking about releasing something solo myself. And I was always in bands. I've always been the guitarist in a band, wrote songs. Long story short, just wanted to do my own thing. And I wasn't sure about doing it. But after I heard Spirit Rising, it just gave me the push over the edge to get my EP out, which, I already had a lot of the music written and recorded. I just never thought about releasing it as my own product. Thought about releasing it as a band and getting in another singer and doing all that again. And, Spirit Rising, for example, that record, it resonates really closely with me, but there's a little bit of meaning behind that one for me as well, because it actually helped me push myself across the line to doing something I never thought I'd do, which, when something like that happens, it's a message. And I believe that was, that came out and that was like, see, you have to do this, not because for any other reason than you can do this. You can do it. You can do this. There's guys out there that are doing it on a bigger scale and way better. But you're up there. You can push yourself out there and get yourself out there and do it. Which, for me, I seek inspiration from musicians, not necessarily just listen to them as well. And I'm inspired. The guy inspires me a lot. So that personally, that record, Spirit Rising, has a lot of meaning for me. It's great.
Yeah, I'm going to share a little thing that I remember especially about Phillip. I don't know what I was doing, bro, but he was streaming live. Now, this was before this global thing happened, and so this global thing happened around April, March, so it must have been a couple of months before that. And Phillip was playing in a small little bar somewhere, and he was streaming live, and it's still on. And it was like I think it was a New Year's gig or something like that. And he just had like a bass player and a drummer behind him, and people were just like sitting right like 5 feet away from him. And this guy's blowing this. It was like a restaurant, like a one of those like steakhouse kind of places. And he was going for it. He gigged. I think the gig was for an hour and a half. And the guy had all the sweat coming out of him, and it looked like this guy was playing in front of 50,000 people, and he was just probably only gigging in front of, no bullshit, bro, 50 people.
Yeah, I've seen that. That.
I knew you'd see that. How did I know that?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Great gig. And all I can say is, man, what I would pay to be in that room right then, because some of that stuff was magic, what was going on at that gig.
Some of those people, I think, they didn't know who the heck he was. They were just there doing their own thing, weren't they?
Well, it's hard to say, but I mean, to me, it would be one of those things where if you watch that, you'd never forget it. They're one of those, that was that type of gig for me. You watch it and like, that's something you would never forget if you're there. So,
and he got that tone, the tone that it kind of freaks me out, because you hear this guy live and you hear this guy on his recordings, and it's like, wow, pretty scary.
He's scary good, and you know, inspirational. You go and listen to some of his playing, and it makes you want to either do one of two things: put your guitar and hang it up and never touch it again, or actually pick it up and play as hard as you can. So yeah, one or the other. Thankfully for me, it inspires me to push harder.
You do some talking, bro. I'm going to find that video, and I'm going to throw it here in the chat because it's because I know what'll happen. We'll go off here, and people will just go back and do what they do, and they won't go and watch the video. So hold on.
So I'm going to have a look and see who's in the chat. We've got Hugh. Hey Hugh, how you going? Arvin. James Stewart says, scary good sounds good. Yeah, it's scary good. Andrew will share it in the chat there. So, you know, after our show, you can go and check it out, but it's definitely worth checking out. Also, a little personal milestone for me, just breaking things up. I made 2,000 followers on Instagram. So a little, you know, finally got 2,000. It's been a really, you know, it's a milestone on Instagram, because it's very hard to get followers on Instagram. It's very hard. I'm finding it's an uphill battle. So yeah.
Congratulations, bro. Should we play? Should we play a bit of it? That gig. Should we just Phillip Sayce's gig? Should we?
Are you going to get flagged, or?
Well,
you can play it.
How does it work?
It's a live gig. So. It's a live gig. So maybe.
What about if I pay 30 seconds of it? Hold on, guys. Hold on. If we go here to share screen, we want to go here, share video. There it is there. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, are there any guitar fans in the house tonight? I hope so.
Can you hear that, bro?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're ever going to see in your whole life, right here, right now, tonight. Make some
Hi,
noise.
Ellen.
Phillip Sayce, come on. Yeah, give it up for Cadillac Zach, everybody. Yeah. Woo!
That's enough. We're getting into trouble. That's pretty cool, eh, bro?
Oh. Even just that little intro before the song kicks in, that's enough to make you want to pack up the guitar and leave it and never touch it again. Or inspire you. So, yeah. See?
Yeah, that blew me away, bro. That blew. So I'm just looking. That was a couple of years ago. So you know, it was what happens when you get old. You forget things. You know, something that was like last year. You know, it was like 5 years ago, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he streamed that live, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, that was, you know, pretty phenomenal. But there's other live performances up there as well that you guys have got to check out. There's some amazing stuff up there. So get onto it. Check him out. Well and truly
Looks like
worth
Henny
it.
Pauly's in the front row.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Phillip Sayce, top guy. He just clocked up 10 million streams on Spotify for Morningstar, which is one of his songs.
Really?
Oh, yeah, 10 million streams. That's quite an achievement. You know?
Holy cow. And Brad's played them 9 million times.
Pretty much. Yeah, probably. I've probably clocked up another 1,000 this week trying to learn it. So
Is your video that you've done for the competition for Phillip Sayce, is that going to be on your Instagram?
yes.
Okay, guys. So just hold on. You guys who have Instagrams, I'm sure, are already subscribed to Brad, Simon, the Rev, and Michael. But if you haven't, there they are there. Brad Cook Music, Simon Williams 33, Kurt S 5150, and Michael, who's been putting some interesting, cool stuff up on his Instagram, playing the piano, showing off that, you know, he's doing gigs with his sister and all this other stuff. Great to see him out there playing live. I happen to have as well, so check him out. But, bro, I wish you well for that competition. And when I was finding that video to show, I'll put the link in the description for people. I heard you say that you surpassed your 2000. Now, I remember having a look last night, and you were like 3 off it. That was last night, 3 off it. So you picked up 20 odd subs from the Sunday show. That was pretty good, bro. Good work.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a big part of it. You know, getting on here and connecting with everyone. Everyone's jumping on and. You know, I appreciate everyone jumping on. And the reason we appreciate it is because it helps with our channel. Obviously, I'm screaming to get up to 10,000 so we can start sharing swipe up links direct to the channel, which is something that is so important. Yeah, it's so important. And so we want to try and get everyone across there, do it. We look forward to, being able to just do swipe up links from our socials to the channel, which is something that will just help immensely. So if you haven't already gone across and followed my Instagram, please do it. Same with Kurt, same with Andrews, same with Michael's, Simon Williams, and Simon Hosford as well. He's got an Instagram. So Simon's just put, what's the first album of his should I buy? Check out Peace Machine, Simon. There's some phenomenal tones, Strat, Fuzz, Univibes, the whole bit, Wah. Awesome. You won't regret it.
John said D's in the Warren camp because he's got this comment here. He just wants to know exactly what does he happen to have.
What are we talking about? What is he?
Oh, in relation to Michael, I happen to have. And he's saying, I want to know exactly what does he happen to.
Yeah, well, that's. I've always wondered about that name. Michael can probably get on and at some point and clear that one up. Do you know what that's about? Has he ever told you?
No. I haven't asked. I don't want to ask that question. It might be an invitation to something that I don't want to hear the answer to.
Well, you never know, mate. You never know. It might be something that we want to know. Who knows?
This is part and parcel of the burden of being a performing artist in New York City, I suppose, with groupies. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, we've never, like Simon just put in the comments, that we've never actually asked him. So we should probably ask him. I mean, it's probably an important part of what we do here, isn't it?
Well, he's going to come back on. He's dropped a message that Oh gosh, after we've cleared this backlog of shows that we've got coming up, we're going to slot in one with the Clapton and Robert Johnson tribute album. And he said that he'd love to come on and do something with us on that. But Simon Hosford, if you want to flick through some pics that you think that we can flick through on the 5150 show, feel free. Glad you're here. Make sure you've got any guitars that you want to show live. We'll present you like Brad did there with the T-shirt. We can do that for you, and you can talk about your gear, because we're a gear program. So with the 50 questions that Brad's going to ask you, the 100 questions that the Rev's going to ask you, and I'm only allowed to ask you 3 or 4 questions. So make sure, because your time will be of essence. So make sure you have everything handy, over here, there.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Simon Hosford will we'll message you back and forth pretty soon, and just see if there's anything you want to cover off on the show as well, mate, that you want us to highlight for you. That would be, whether it's your band or whatever you want us to highlight, or if you've got a gig. Not that we can do gigs at the moment, but if there's anything coming up, or you've got socials that you want people to go and check out or whatever, just have it all ready, and we'll highlight it for you.
Awesome, brother. That's fantastic. So we're going to wrap up the show, guys. And before we do, there's a couple of shout-outs that we want to do, obviously, to our co-hosts who aren't here with us, but we always acknowledge them on the midweek show. Simon Williams, the rock professor, who was in the chat earlier. Thank you, bro, for the kind T-shirts that you've given. I'm still waiting for mine. Special shout-out to the Rev, Kurt S5150, who's going to be on here, waving his stick around Saturday our time, Friday North America time. We'll be back on here on Sunday, Brad and I and the Rock Professor. My gosh, that's a marathon. And before we say goodbye, I'm going to give also a special shout out to Warren, our friend Warren, who is going through some treatment. And when he's not here on the chat, we always prayers and good thoughts to you, bro. Brad's going to give you guys a snip for the next 5150 show, and then he's going to say goodbye to you guys all.
Yeah, well, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already to our channel, please do. We're going to be doing another T-shirt draw soon once we get to 1,000 subscribers. So please do that. And we look forward to catching up with you guys on Saturday Australia time, Friday America time. We've got Simon Hosford coming on. It's going to be super show. Really excited to connect with Simon Hosford, which is for all of us guitarists, it's going to be a pleasure to have you on the show, mate. We're really looking forward to it. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. And on Sunday, obviously, we're going to be doing, or Sunday our time, Saturday evening. It's these time zones, Andrew, they get me, they cop me. Just make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you click on the card, you'll see what time it is in your time zone. So you don't miss it. Set the reminder, and you'll jump straight in the chat with us. And we want you to be part of the chat. If you've got any questions that you want to ask Simon Hosford or us guys in particular, please. Yeah.
Do you want to do a quick shout out about also for the next 5150 show as well? While we're on it,
about who we've got on.
This guy.
Well, go on. You do it.
Are you sure?
Do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, guys. We've been blessed with a couple of great guests. As you guys already know, we've got Simon coming on, and we've also got the next 5150 show after that. We've got Andrew Bennett, who is the author of this wonderful book, joining Brad and I and the Rev. So we look forward to hanging out with these cats and talking everything EVH.
Yeah, really excited about that. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But, really looking forward to this Saturday, catching up with Simon Hosford. And yeah, thanks for joining us, buddy. It's a pleasure to have you on. Really is. Really is.
Deja Vudu's in the chat. Ellen's in the chat. Arvin, thank you, Arvin. Arvin's been with us right from the start. JSL Projects, thank you guys for joining us. Oh my gosh. Simon Hosford. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. It's been great hanging out with you. Also, keep some thoughts and some prayers for Brad too, guys, because he's in an extended lockdown. They've given him another 5 days for his part of the world, so he's not going to ask for it. But I'm 7 days. Okay, so he's not going to ask for it, but I'm going to ask you guys to just jump on his Instagram and send him some positive messages over the next few days, just to help him get through this thing that they're going through. I'm sure he'll enjoy it. So drop him some good vibes.
Thanks, Andrew. And yeah, all the best over to you in New Zealand there, mate. Hopefully you guys don't go in another lockdown, and yeah, that won't be very nice. But let's, we're trying to keep things positive. So, we're looking at 7 days of a little bit more quiet time. I'm trying to look at the positive of it, and I may even be able to sort of work on some new material and things like that, which will be good, because when I'm working all the time, it gets tough sometimes to actually. The downside is I've lost a few gigs, I've lost a bit of work, so what do we do?
Awesome. So, well, on the positive side, then I'm going to play this video before we knock off. Love playing it. Love playing this video. Check this one out if you guys haven't already checked it out.
Brad Cook is in the chat now, and I posted a story earlier today and asked people, if you want to ask a question, you can put it in here. Brad didn't have a question. It was more of a suggestion. He said you need to collaborate with somebody from Australia.
Okay. Yes, please. And I mean, how much do we love Brad? Brad is the coolest. He's such a nice guy and such a great player. And again, that's the energy I'm talking about, like that kind of thing where I feel the love for the music first and foremost, when I hear his music. So and I would love to come to Australia, just always looking for real people to work with.
Right.
Always looking for real people to work with. My gosh, you couldn't get a better pat on the back or recognition for that. I remember when we got that video, we shared that video, and honestly, if you can't get the recognition yourself, being close to someone that you share a little bit about your life with, like the co-hosts, it's yeah, we were beaming. I remember Simon and I think we played that 5 or 6 times, didn't we?
Oh, I thought you'd worn it out. I thought you'd worn it out by now, Andrew.
I think it was a few times we played it.
Yeah, I thought you'd worn it out by now, mate. Honestly.
No. Phillip Sayce, if you're ever watching this video, 2 organic fans and everyone else in the chat, we love you, brother. Thank you. Thanks for everything. Rock and roll.
Yeah, and you're welcome on the show anytime.
I forgot that. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come and say all that stuff live, Phillip.
Spread the love here. Come on.
Yeah. Who's Matt from Dropkick Blues?
Hey, we need to give a shout out to Matt. We haven't sort of kept in communication with him. We want to get Matt from Dropkick on here again as well. So definitely.
Yeah, we love you, Matt. We love you.
Matt, if you're watching, we haven't forgotten. We just had so much going on the show and things like that we just need to figure out a date and time that coordinate it with our time zone differences, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. We're out of here. Good run.